Hey, grace and peace. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Find the Intersection. My name is Paul Dezay. And hey, we're in Kansas City and getting ready for the M19 conference. And so, we're here and it's going to be a great week. And hi, Kelsey. And I just wanted to share some things with you from our passage today, which is Luke chapter 6, verses 17 to 26. Luke chapter 6, verses 17 to 26. So first of all, the context in this passage is this is the Sermon on the Plain. It's kind of like Luke's version of Matthew's Sermon on the Mount. And so that's kind of the context. There's similarities between the Sermon on the Mount and the Sermon on the Plain, but Luke brings his focus the themes that he runs through all of his gospel and as well as Acts into this sermon. All right, so a few things that stood out to me. There is the blessings and the woes. And so let's first talk about the blessings. The blessings, Jesus is saying to the crowd that is there on the Sermon on the Plain, those that are oppressed are actually blessed. And he uses the present tense within the message. He uses the word you, which is plural. So he's communicating to the crowd there at the Sermon on the Plain. And he's telling them that you, plural, are blessed now. And he speaks to things like blessed are the poor. He's speaking to those that are oppressed. In other words, the kingdom of God, what Jesus is inaugurating, you will find your blessing in that family. And then the second thing is the woes. And he communicates this in the sense of future tense. And he says, woe to you. And the woes or the sorrows communicate to those that are doing the oppressing, which is a theme that runs all the way through Luke's gospel and Acts. There is definitely a message to those that are outsiders, those at the undercurrent of society, those that are oppressed. So blessings and woes, the blessings are different in Luke's version than in Matthew's version. There's a shorter amount, a smaller amount here versus Luke's versus Matthew's. And then Matthew's version doesn't have the woes or the sorrows. So there's definitely some differences between the Sermon on the Mount and the Sermon on the Plain. The other thing that really jumped out to me in this was the beginning part of this passage where Luke is talking about how all these people come to hear the word and to be healed. And it says that Jesus healed them all. And we're not sure if he healed like everybody in the crowd or those that came forward to touch him because the power was flowing through him, kind of like the woman who touched the hem of his garment. And so, but there's definitely, it wasn't an individualistic healing. There's definitely was a communal healing, which picks up on this theme of Jesus speaking this new kingdom that was coming into play, where the people who were hurt and broken would find present day significance in healing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so for me, as I apply this passage to my life, I want to minister to the people that God is blessing. That was kind of my takeaway. I want to minister to the people that God is blessing. In other words, I want to minister to the people that are the ones that are poor and those that are oppressed and those that are in the underside of society, those who are beaten down and pushed out. And so those are things that I've been thinking about today as I read this passage. What did you see? What did you see in this Sermon on the Plain, the blessings and the woes? Share your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you back tomorrow here in Kansas City. We'll talk about the New Testament passage, and I hope you guys have a great week. We'll be back later at the end of the week, back to our lovely state of Indiana, and hope you're all doing well there and staying warm. I'll talk to you soon. Grace and peace.